What is going on, everybody? This is Gabriel Jones giving you a drop of sun any chance I get. And today, we are going to be reacting to the brand new album from Alessia Cara, In the Meantime. You know Alessia Cara, famous R&B singer from Ontario who got her start on YouTube and just found her way to stardom. She had a stellar 2016 and 2017 with her debut album, Know It All. Songs like Here and Scars to Your Beautiful were massive on the charts, and she was able to score some features on Zedd and Logic's tracks as well. Unfortunately, The Pains of Growing didn't do so well in the charts, only peaking at number 71 on the Billboard 200 and receiving no certifications in the US. Is it another case of the best new artist curse? I mean, it's very possible. People out here are just so bitter that fucking Julia Michaels didn't take home the gold. We haven't seen Alessia release anything new for quite some time. Probably because she just wanted to take a step back from the music scene and just focus on some smaller projects. But now, she has blessed us once again with a brand new record. So why don't we just get into what In the Meantime has to offer us. Track number 1, Unboxing Intro. Powerful intro right here. Ooh, we're picking up in the tempo. Ooh, bring us those vocals. Okay, so that's the kind of album we're going with. That was a really good intro because it sort of hooks you in for what you're about to endure. On top of that, Alessia flexes her vocals so well and just really lets us know what we've been missing for these last few years. Track number 2, Box in the Ocean. I enjoyed those horns at the beginning. And now we got a good beat. So once again, it seems like she's singing about the strain she's feeling while aging, you know? It's her sort of like hiding all the emotions she's feeling all the time. Because, you know, she feels afraid to sort of open up to other people because it's just a lot of baggage. Ooh. Ah! You can hear some guitar work in the background. Yeah, nah, 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 nah. You know, I like how the music gets a little softer during the chorus because it really does feel like you're just floating out into the ocean. Okay, so that was our first real song for the record, and I gotta say, she started us off with a bang. There is kind of a seaside sort of vibe to it, with her playing it very soft on the chorus and the bridge, but then going extremely rough on the first verse and the second verse. And it really does kind of make you feel like her loneliness. It does kind of make you understand how hard it is for her to sometimes express what she's feeling on the inside. Because sometimes it scares her to think about how people are going to respond. So, I feel that. Track number 3, Bluebird. Not the Miranda Lambert song, but I'm sure it'll be just as good. Love this acoustic guitar. Tell me that your new girl makes you sing. Sort of coping with the breakup, I think. The way she just belted that note. Be what you're waiting for, I think is the line right there. You know, encouraging advice. I kind of like the drum doing some work there. Ooh, that one was very relaxing, I gotta say. And it seems as if Alessia is sort of like wishing her ex-lover nothing but happiness with this new girl. There doesn't seem to be a lot of malice in this kind of track. I don't think so. It's just her reflecting on how the love just wasn't there. Like, they had it, may have had it at first, but like something down the road just didn't like help it like flourish like it should have. And so now they're just going their separate ways and, you know, they just wish nothing but the best for each other. I kind of like that, you know? It was very reliant on the guitar, and it seemed to have a very sort of bossa nova kind of vibe. I really do sort of like how Alessia is experimenting with that. Track number 4, Lie to Me. Doing some beatboxing here. Yo, this beat is fire! This has a groove! Yo, I'm liking this! Mmm. She's telling off a fucking asshole, I see. Mmm. Those violins. If you're with someone else, come clean. And don't lie to me. Alessia ain't gonna sugarcoat it. You better fucking be honest with her. Okay, so now she seems to be pissed off at her lover. Hopefully it's not the same guy. But yeah, that one had like a real groove to it. And I love the violin work and the drum work. Oh my god, that was just, that got me dancing in my seat. You know, I was just squeaking all this time and like, oh, so good. Alessia seemed to have been giving off sort of like a more rap sort of influence in this track. There's how so many lyrics condensed into like one sort of verse. It's just, wow. Like, she's really experimenting with this, and honestly, I think she is doing a great job with it. Track number 5, Shapeshifter. I thought I could be the one to change your mind. You can't change people, Alessia. Mr. Honest. There's so much sarcasm in that line. Harmonizing right there. There's sort of like a classic feel to this track too. It's like she's like singing this in a bar or like some sort of like classic sort of bar, and like, you know, just like keeping all the spectators entertained or like keeping all the attendants entertained. I can hear some harps right there. Alright, so that was Shapeshifter. I think this is one of the single releases from Alessia Cara's new album, and I gotta say, not too bad. I don't know how well it would perform as a single, because like it has a much more classic sort of feel to it. It feels like a throwback anthem of some sort. But honestly, for what it is, it's very well crafted, and I love the venom that Alessia spits throughout this whole track. Like, Mr. Honest, you know, you're gonna regret this someday, you know. You allowed the sun to set on our relationship. Like, you know, she's very, like, confrontational about it, and I like that. Track number 6, Fishbowl. You seem to have a little bit of a bass going on here. Safety net, Fishbowl, get it? Kind of feels like all the walls are closing in on you. This beat is freaking amazing. The funk on this one is inescapable. And now it's like there's so much space around you. It's just like, you know, you have no one to talk to. The way the bass guitar and the drum work are used just makes for such an epic listen. We got some experimental sounds right now. Right, so that was Fishbowl, and that one felt extremely funky. I love the groove on that one, and I just love the bass guitar work and like drums. Oh god, so much to talk about with that one. I do kind of like the metaphors she has going on. Am I swimming in a fishbowl, and am I going off the deep end? And she seems to have a lot of water imagery at play here. It's kind of like she feels like she's just trapped in this confined space because she just doesn't know how to navigate her life. And the water she's swimming in is just so deep that she can't just keep herself afloat. And I think that's really brilliant imagery right there. This is definitely the song that she wanted you to remember because it ties in with the album cover. And I do think this is something that absolutely deserves another listen. The song specifically. So, props to you, Alessia. Track number 7, I Miss You, Don't Call Me. Interesting. Sort of reminds me of a little video I watched a while ago.
I love you, Jim. Don't touch me.
Sorry to all the Office fans right there. Kind of holding in certain emotions again. I like this beat right here. I love the composition on this chorus. It's very, like, sort of relies on staccato. This is very soothing. Very soothing hook. She's not exactly thrilled that some things have changed about her loved one. You're the bruise I never learned from. I just keep scratching at it. I return to it every single time. I just can't resist. You hear a little bit of unique drum work right there. Okay, so that was I Miss You, Don't Call Me, and that one had a much slower vibe to it. It's not as energetic as some of her previous songs, and I think I kind of appreciate that. I think what the title means is that she's meeting up with her ex-lover for the first time in quite a while, and certain things have changed about them, and it kind of doesn't sit well with Alessia. She doesn't want to meet this new version of someone she knew from her past, so she's trying her best to sort of keep her distance while still wanting those old aspects of his character. I think that's a very genius way to sort of frame the song, and I will definitely see people sort of enjoying it. Track number 8, Middle Ground, featuring CHIKA. Oh, my queen is on this one! Let's hope CHIKA spits fire.
I don't like boys, but I do. I just hate it when they make me cry.
I hate that too, Alessia. That sucks.
I got my dog and she's enough. But it'd be nice to hear a voice that's not my own.
I got my dog, but sometimes I'd like to be good. It would be good to hear another voice. Sometimes I just need to converse with someone that, isn't myself. And, even if that does lead to some arguments down the road, it's still better than being alone. Horn work, yes. Very sort of quick with her thoughts right there. Sometimes I just need to be a little alone, but it wouldn't kill to actually have someone with me. Yeah, she really seems to be vocalizing here. There doesn't seem to be much rapping.
I don't like boys. I got barbed wire around my house. But if someone would trade it for a picket fence, I wouldn't.
Good imagery right there. Yeah, the middle ground isn't what it's all cracked up to be. So that was Middle Ground, and that one I did like a lot. CHIKA's verse was just so melodic and soothing, and she really just lays out the meaning of the record. With this song, I feel like Alessia is really sort of illustrating how her thoughts process in her brain. She tells us what she's feeling, but she's also telling us how she feels it inside her head. It's like a real accurate layout of her thought process. I don't really have much to say about the production, although the horns were killer. This song, in terms of sound and production, has been pretty much the same that we've been hearing throughout this whole album so far, but we'll probably see something new. Track number 9, Somebody Else. Sort of elongated guitar plucking.
I don't know you. I tell myself you're miserable without me. I'm so at lost.
I want you to feel like that you need me more than I need you. You really seem to have changed without me, while I haven't exactly sort of moved forward. He really seems to be utilizing that autotune on the chorus. Sort of like this drum work right here. Okay, so that was Somebody Else. We got some interesting work going on right there. I feel like it's retreading on a few themes we've heard in the album already, but it has a nice groove to it. I sort of like the auto-tune use, Tempo's pretty good. I don't know if I feel this one as much, though. We'll have to see where else this album takes us. Track number 10, Drama Queen. Clapping effects on this are pretty decent. Those harmonizing vocals are very nice. Problematic. Hashtag problematic. You're addicted to the dysfunctional romance. I don't get it. Like, I can't get into your show because that's not the type of show I want to be in. Sort of drowned out. He's sort of like taking it slow on the bridge. Okay, so that was Drama Queen, and that one was pretty fun to listen to. It sort of had this very jumpy sort of beat that you can really like get down to, you know, impress the ladies on the dance floor. I kind of like how she's singing about this guy who she doesn't really seem to want to be with anymore because he just gets addicted to the toxicity of their relationship. She needs someone, she needs a knight in shining armor. She needs the hero of a dramatic story, not the villain. They played with a lot of percussion on that one, and I think that it wouldn't be too much of a burden if it popped up more in the album. Track number 11, Clockwork. Am I the one who gets sucked into the drama, or am I one who causes the drama? You know, whoever drums for Alessia Cara, I hope had a big fat paycheck come out of this. So relatable. I can't identify with parts that I'm supposed to recognize. I just don't like living on that cycle. It just kills me. Alright, so that was Clockwork, and I really did like the groove on that one. The drum work. My dude. Like, who the hell drums for Alessia? Like, I really think he's doing a great job. I don't know if that one stuck with me as much, you know. Song meaning was sort of by the numbers a little bit, but, you know, it had its moments. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about this one. I think we could just move on. Track number 12, Best Days. You got a much slower tune right now. She's waiting for something to change her life, but it's not coming when she wants it to. Album title. Ooh, the best days are the ones we survive. It really gives you something to think about right there. These violins are just killing me. Ain't that the truth? This one is just so delicate with its production. It's just so pleasing. Violins are just pick it up now. Love how she sang there. Alright, so that was Best Days, and that one had some very interesting lyrical play right there. She sings about her fear that the best days she's lived out are now in the past, and now she has to trudge through her life as a growing adult. But maybe the best days are the ones that we are able to make it and just, you know, survive and wake up the next day. She seems to rehash a lot of themes that she talked about on The Pains of Growing, and it seems to be a lot more delicate this time around. On top of that, the production was just fabulous. The piano work was just great. I loved how much it echoed and how slow it took it. Drum work was also great. I don't know if it's drum work. I think it might be just like regular sort of like pop beats. The violin work, though. Orchestral work. Orchestral. Mwah. So yeah, I think that might end up being one of my favorite tracks in the album. We'll have to see. Track number 13, Sweet Dream. Got a trap beat coming in. Sometimes you get that feeling. Meditation doesn't do it for you. The quietness just gets to your brain. Just rocks. Just rocks. Bang! Don't you ever just have that feeling where you're just lying in bed and you're reflecting on something stupid you did as a kid, and you're like, oh, why did I have to do that? Even though you've grown up significantly since then. She wants to have a sweet dream as if it's an item you can purchase at the pawn shop. maybe they're not sleeping sound at all. Maybe they have demons of their own, you know? Maybe that's what she's acknowledging on the track. So that was Sweet Dream, and that one I had a little bit of fun with. I love the lyrical content, you know, her trying to, like, cope with her mental health, trying meditation, but just failing. Her trying to brew herself some cold coffee, hope that'll, like, you know, put her brain at ease. She just wants to have, like, one night where she can just go to bed, wake up, and have a great sleep. And she feels like she's just unable to attain that, and she has to, like, deal with all these monsters under her bed and inside her brain. I think this was another single that she released, which I think is a good way to, like, sort of, like, summarize what the album is about and, like, make people interested in hearing it. Track number 14, Find My Boy. Ooh. Ooh. We got some nice bongo work. Ah, she's painting a picture of what she wants her boyfriend to be like. This trap beat might be my favorite on the record. This is dancing in your seat kind of music. Why are you gonna buy a grand piano if you don't practice it? That shit costs a lot of money. Ooh, bouncing right there. I like it. Are you talking to me, Alessia? You want me to be your special boy? Well, it's a bit of a tall order to fulfill, but I might have to take it on. Ooh. Give us a little bit more belching before the track closes. I'm liking it. Alright, so that was Find My Boy, and we got another fun one on our hands. Here she's just singing about the type of boy she wants to date and how desperate she is to find that special someone. On top of that, we got some fun instrumentals going on here with, like, the drum tapping and the trap beat. That one actually really kind of, like, you know, lifted my heart a little bit. So I am very eager to see what we got going on next. Track number 15, Voice in My Head. Is it plankton? I'm stuck with myself. That's just a fucking word. Nice vocals right there. I wear myself down. It's just so straining. I can relate to that, for real. She's letting those vocals loose on the bridge. Gotta appreciate that. Alright, so that was Voice in My Head. That one was a pretty cool one. I like some of the guitar work, and she is just singing about how her thoughts just constantly wear her down. It's like this ugly weight that she needs to break free from. This one was pretty fine overall. I don't think it stands out too much from the other songs, but you know, it's well constructed enough that it's something that somebody will enjoy. Track number 16, Slow Lie. We got some slow guitar strumming. Very fitting. Those vocals just entered beautifully. I can't be tied down with you. I gotta move on with my own life, and things are just changing with you. The harmonizing vocals are just killing me. You won't look into my eyes and apologize. It's fucked up, man. People always promise that they're not going to change, but then they change on you. Comes out of nowhere, and it's freaking annoying. So that was Slow Lie, and I kind of like that one a little bit. The harmonizing vocals on some of the verses were pretty nice to listen to. Although I do think they were mixed a little bit too loud and we couldn't hear Alessia's own verses. It's another song with her calling about this breakup she seems to have gone through and how the guy in the relationship sort of changed, in her case for the worse, and that just didn't sit well with her, and so she had to move on. It's kind of like what we heard before on I Miss You, Don't Call Me, but you know, I feel like it was much better conveyed there than here, but you know, that's just me. Track number 17, You Let Me Down. This is very calming with its sound. That's right. You can't run free if you keep looking back on what you're escaping from. The drums just kicking in right there. I gotta admire it. You're elusive and conclusive, sort of like he's judgmental in a way. It's just so sweeping here on the bridge. I'll keep it sacred, you know? Correct. She may have some guilt over how she handled the relationship too. So that was You Let Me Down, and another song where she's reflecting on how much the relationship changed over time and how she feels as if it was just spiraling out of control. She really wanted to make it work, but things just weren't going down the right path, and she had to sort of like break it off. And the guitar work towards the end, the high-pitched piano keys, it was just so well crafted. The pop mixing was also very well done. So I'm very eager to see how we're gonna close out this album. Track number 18, Apartment Song. What a wonderful world you are living in when you can see it. I mean, that's definitely true. You know, you gotta look at what's in front of you, see what you have. That cloud in the sky. You can actually see the color of it. This is a very lighthearted sort of R&B tune right here. I'm liking it. Even though I know I'll only feel some happiness for a short amount of time, I still welcome it over no happiness at all. It feels like the summer over the kitchen light. Under the kitchen light. Apartment Song is very soothing with its sound. Like, it really does feel very lighthearted. This is very relaxing. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Some very calming vocals to end the album with. Alright, so that was Apartment Song. It seems like a very lighthearted track to close the album with. You know, it's something that was needed after she sung tons of songs about her failing relationship and how empty it made her feel when it all fell apart. And honestly, I really did vibe with it. It's something that you would hear during the 2000s, you know? It's just so comforting. Although I do think that I heard a voice recording of some kind while the song was sort of closing, you know. I don't know what exactly they were saying or who the two people were, but it was something that I probably have to listen to on my second time, you know, going through the album. Speaking of which, I think I will take a break right now and give the album a second listen, then come back and give you my final thoughts, so stay tuned. What is up, guys? I am back, and I'm ready to give you my final thoughts on Alessia Cara's In the Meantime. I've been a fan of Alessia Cara since back in 2016. Her soulful vocals, detailed lyricism, and down-to-earth persona really struck a chord with me. For the short while that her music was mainstream, it excited me that so many people connected with her. Sadly, somewhere down the road, folks stepped away from her. Whether it is due to the Best New Artist curse or the music scene shifting towards hip-hop is all up to you. But what I'm sure of is that she's remained as introspective as ever. All throughout this record, you see Alessia Cara trying to navigate adulthood and figure out what her next monumental life moment is going to be. She battles intrusive thoughts within her brain, which makes her question her legacy, her social skills, and especially her love life. She needs to break away from her changing ex and find peace within herself. Sometimes these tracks fail to offer a different perspective like Somebody Else, or sometimes the mixing can be a little awkward like Slow Lie, but it's only a small hump in a very solid record. Alessia is on a self-reflective journey, but she is making progress, and hopefully she will find a way to achieve her goal of tranquility. Now someone get her out of that fucking fishbowl. I give In the Meantime a 7 out of 10. My favorite songs are Lie to Me, Fishbowl, Box in the Ocean, Middle Ground, and Apartment Song. My least favorites are Somebody Else, Bluebird, and Slow Lie. And I think that just about does it. That is my reaction to In the Meantime by Alessia Cara. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this incredible listen. If you want to follow me on social media, be sure to check me out on Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok. My handles are right in the description. Also, be sure to check me out on Patreon, where you can offer me some support in return for some great rewards. But I think this is where I'm going to sign off. My name is Gabriel Jones, and the sun may be setting, but I hope you were able to soak up those drops. Take care.